All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle something that, for a lot of people, feels just impossible: learning a new language. But what if you could just skip all those years of boring classes and actually start having conversations in just 3 months? Well, stick around, because we're going to break down the exact plan to make that a reality.
I know. Sounds a little too good to be true, right? But the key here isn't being some kind of genius or studying 24/7. Not at all. It's about having the right method and, more importantly, the right focus. And that's exactly the promise we're going to unpack today.
So before we even get into any of the techniques or the apps or anything like that, we have to start right here with mindset. Because, the single most important shift you can make doesn't come from a textbook, it happens right inside your own head.
Okay, so this is where most of us get completely stuck. We're on that left side aiming for perfection. We are so terrified of making a mistake, of sounding silly, that we just wait forever to actually speak. The fast way, the method we're talking about, is all about that right side. You aim for communication, not perfection. Your goal is to just start talking from day one.
Okay, mindset, check. You're ready to communicate, not be perfect. Now for the secret weapon. This is the real hack. It's not about brute force or studying till your eyes glaze over. It's about finding the ultimate shortcut, so every minute you spend actually counts. It's the classic work smarter, not harder.
So, what is this big secret? Well, it's an idea you've probably heard of before, but when you apply it to language learning, it changes the entire game. It's all about the 80-20 rule.
Okay, get this, because this is the mind-blowing part. In pretty much any language, just 20% of the words are used in 80% of all daily conversations. Just think about that for a second. It is a total game changer. It means you do not need to learn an entire dictionary to actually talk to people.
So what does that mean for you? It means your goal isn't some terrifying number like 10,000 words. Nope, your target is somewhere between 500 and 1,000 of the most common words. If you can master those, you'll be able to understand the vast majority of what people are talking about. All of a sudden, that feels doable, right?
So how do you actually do it? It's super simple. You can find lists of these high-frequency words all over the internet. Then you use these really cool spaced repetition apps. You've probably heard of them, like Anki or Quizlet. And we're not talking hours here. Just 15, maybe 20 minutes a day is all you need to drill these words into your long-term memory.
All right, so you're learning the right words. That's a huge step. But how do you make them stick, and how do you actually start using them in sentences? Well, it all boils down to 2 simple, absolutely non-negotiable daily habits.
First up is immersion. And no, this doesn't mean you have to buy a plane ticket and move across the world. You can create a totally immersive environment right where you are. Change your phone's language. Listen to music in that language on your way to work. Watch shows with the subtitles on. You just want to surround your brain with the sounds of the language all the time.
The best way to think about it is, it's exactly how babies learn. They're not sitting there studying grammar books, are they? No, they just listen and absorb absolutely everything around them. Your goal is to basically copy that same natural, incredibly powerful process. But here's where you have an advantage over a baby. You can speed things up. And that brings us to the second pillar, speaking. The single biggest mistake people make is waiting until they feel ready. Let me tell you, that day never comes. You have to start talking from the very beginning. It'll be messy, it'll be broken, and that's perfectly okay.
And you don't need a classroom for this. There are amazing apps like Tandem or HelloTalk that connect you with native speakers who want to learn your language for free. And hey, if that feels like too much at first, just talk to yourself. Record your voice on your phone and listen back. It works wonders for your pronunciation.
So all of this sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like day to day? Like, what do you do on a Tuesday morning? Well, this is where we get into the practical, nitty-gritty blueprint. A simple, consistent routine you can follow every single day. And here it is, your daily language workout. It's broken into these easy 20-minute chunks. You do 20 minutes of your vocabulary flashcards, then 20 minutes of listening to music, a podcast, whatever. Then comes 20 minutes of speaking, either with a partner, online, or just talking to yourself. And you can finish with 20 minutes of simple reading or writing. It's like a perfectly balanced meal for your language brain.
And listen, the real magic here isn't the 1 hour, it's the consistency. Forget about trying to cram for 8 hours on a Saturday. That just leads to burnout. The secret is showing up for that 1 hour every single day. If you do that, I promise you, in 3 months you will be blown away by how far you've come.
All right, now for the really fun part. This is where we move past just studying a language and we start living it. This is all about weaving it into the fabric of your normal, everyday life, making it feel less like a chore and more like a hobby.
This is where you can get really creative. If you're out at a restaurant that serves that cuisine, try ordering in the language. Put sticky notes with the words for things on objects all over your house, the chair, the mirror, the coffee machine. When you're alone, just try to think to yourself in your new language. These little things make it fun, and they wire it into your brain so much faster.
Now, let's have a quick reality check. It is not always going to be easy. There will absolutely be days where you feel stuck, where you feel like you're not making any progress at all. When that happens, just take a deep breath and remember, that is a totally 100% normal part of the journey. Everyone feels that way.
So, how do you push through those tough days? You have to reconnect with your why. Why did you start this? Was it for travel? For a career change? To connect with friends or family? And you have to celebrate the small wins. The first time you understand a lyric in a song without looking it up, that is not a small win, that's huge. Acknowledge that progress.
So, let's bring it all home. Here is your 3-month action plan, all boiled down. Number 1, use the 80-20 rule to learn the most common words. Number 2, immerse yourself every single day. Number 3, and this is the most important one, start speaking from day 1. And number 4, follow that simple, consistent daily routine. That's it. That's the entire roadmap.
The method is clear, the path is laid out for you, there's really nothing left to do but start. So the final question isn't how anymore, it's what? Which language are you going to learn first? Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.